Now, I told you that the rainforest makes its own rain, and that is very true. What happens is you have all these trees, and the water is down below when it rains. Now, the heat heats things up, and it kind of steams, and the steam grows until it gets to the top, and it cools. And when it cools, the rain comes down. So let's take a look and see how that might work. We're going to create rain. Now, I just have a clear glass jar here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour some hot water in it. Now, if you try this at home, please be careful and please make sure you have a grown-up's help. So this water is pretty hot, and I'm going to put a top on it. Now, as you can see, already it's starting to steam up here. Now, what we're going to do is you're going to see the steam and all begin to collect towards the top of the plate. Well, just like it does at the top of the rainforest, you're going to have a cooling aspect. So I brought along some ice, and we are going to put some ice up here. Now, if you keep a close look, what you'll see is as the water, there'll begin to be condensation, and little by little, as that water that comes up to the top, it's going to start to drip down, just like it does in the rainforest. While we wait for that to happen, I wanted to tell you about something I think that's really, really cool. And it's one of the plants in the rainforest, and it's called a rafflesia. It's a pretty big plant. It can be up to 3 feet big, and it opens up at night. But this is not a kind of plant that or a flower that you would want to pick and bring home, because it smells. Are you ready like this? For this? Like rotten meat. Rotten meat. It attracts bugs and that kind of thing, and that's the reason it smells that way. It's the rafflesia. Maybe some of you may have seen the orchids in stores. Those also grow up in the trees and the vines of the rainforest. And lastly, here is what's called a bromeliad. Now, a bromeliad would also be found up in the trees of the rainforest. Something that's interesting about the bromeliad is it collects rain in its flower here. As you can see, there's little areas. So water is held in this area, and your tree frogs will actually come in here and they will lay eggs. And that is where some of the tadpoles will live for a small while. So there's so many interesting animals and plants in the rainforest. Let's take a look right here. Oh, I'm starting to see some water drip down. If you look really closely, you might be able to see what's happening. The water is cooling at the top because we have the ice, and you're starting to see some rain or water drop through. Why don't you give that a try at home and let us know how it works out? All right, I look forward to seeing you all soon. Bye-bye.